This is a short demonstration video for an artificial grass company using Flobot. So we'll start with the dashboard. You can see that this is a demo account, so there isn't that much useful information in, but it does have on the right hand side here a map which will show you all of the engineers and fitters, estimators that are logged into the app and where they are. On the left hand side you've got actions that you need to do to keep the business running, revenue generated, total costs and gross profit. But we shall jump straight into adding a new customer. So let's put a new customer in here. It's got a job postcode lookup. And because this is a demo account, this has a lot of extra fields that you probably won't need. Artificial grass supply and installation, where did they find us? Word of mouth. And what we're going to do is create a new account for this customer. As soon as we have clicked that button, it's going to create a new order, but it's also going to create a new account just in case we ever want to do some more business with Frank Carson here. First thing we probably want to do is make an appointment for someone to go out and measure the garden to give them a quote. So let's click that button, select someone who can go out and do the quote, and we'll say that Chuck here is going to make an appointment between 10 and 12 on the 17th to go and make a quote. So quote an estimate. We can tell the customer here who's coming. If there's a picture of them, it will give them a picture, a car registration or a van registration details, anything else that might be relevant, contact numbers, and we're just going to submit that for the 10th, 10 AM on the 17th. And you can see there now we have made an appointment in the schedule. That has now made an appointment in the app at the same time, and on the app video we'll show you just exactly what that looks like. So the next thing we might want to do is create a quote that now that we've been to the property to have a look at the size of it and so on and so forth. You can do that in the app. That is on another video which I'll show you how to do, but imagine they come back and want to do it in the office. Sometimes they're complicated, so you might want to build a quote in the app, in the web app. Here we've got a list of our templates, so we create a template which is going to be most useful for us, so we don't have to keep typing in the same things. And we can see that it's already got some artificial grass in, so we're going to put the dimensions in here. Quote dimensions 4 by 40. And we can see that's 160 square meters. So I'm going to link these because this is a ratio. It's only a small template, but it could be large. I put 160 square meters, and then it's now built out this quote for me. The description of work proposed. This is an important part, and you really should put another template in here for a separate one. So basically this is going to act as something that we want to inform our customer about what we're doing, and obviously it should be a lot larger than that, but it's also going to be an agreement between the customer and ourselves, and it's also going to act as a paperless job sheet for our fitters, so they don't have to have anything written down on paper. So once we're happy with that, we send it off to our customer. We can hide all of these things if we want to, you know, the line items and the cost and so on and so forth, but I put them in as a demonstration, and we send it. And now it has arrived into the inbox. we can see that's exactly what we put in description of works, the cost and so on and so forth, and if they want to go ahead they can accept it online. And once we've accepted that, that will send an email to the job owner saying such and such has accepted their job, and it will change the status of that job to quote accepted stage 6. And we can find those up here, quote accepted orders, which help with our workflow, and there are other videos about workflow. This is a demonstration video, so it's quite short. Now that we've sent off our quote and it's been accepted, there are a few things that we can do. The first one is we can create customer charges, so we can now make that invoice into an invoice instantly. We might want to take a deposit. And once we're happy with that, we send it off. As you can see, this is how much we need for the deposit and so on and so forth. There are a few other options for those. If you have a payment gateway built in, you can actually send a link so that they pay online with a card, and then it's registered down here. But let's for the moment just imagine that we have received that by backs. And now we're keeping a record of exactly what we've taken on that job into the system, so we don't have to reconcile it anywhere else. We can send this off to Xero, we can send it off to Sage, QuickBooks, FreshBooks if we want to. But now we've got the money and we're happy to go ahead. There's another couple of things that we might want to do. The first one is we go back to the quotes and sheets. We want to create a project sheet so that we can send this to our fitters, and that's going to have the description of works on it, which I'll show you in the app. Which is there. Anything we want to communicate with our engineers goes in here, and then they will have an idea about exactly what they're meant to be doing with that particular job. And finally, we might want to actually have a supplier sheet. If we've listed all our suppliers in here, we can click them on and off which we want to send. Obviously the artificial grass we've probably got ourselves, but the sand, tons of sand, we can send it, and we can send it off to our warehouse, which we can list up here. And that just saves us an email, and the email will go back to the job owner of having to type things out or ring people up. Right, so now that we have all our materials and we're happy, we've got the deposit, the next thing to do is actually make an appointment for the fitters and just to make it easy, we'll put this in here. This time we're going to go job or project. We're going to tell the customer, and we're going to say that it's going to take 3 days, and we're going to click all these, let's select all these, and we submit that. As you can see, that's an orange block now, which means it's a job. It's also in the global schedule, which is up here. You can see that this green colour here is Chuck, and it's in the global schedule, and there are different colours for your different engineers. But if it's in the single schedule, then it has various colours: blue for a quote, orange for a job, grey means that the job's been completed. Now finally we go back to the app So now we've submitted the job sheet, we can find it here in the document store. We know it's arrived because there's a little blue symbol here. If we click that and have a look at what this sheet looks like. We can see that it's got the name, the address, where it was signed, what time it was signed, exactly where it was signed on a map, and the pictures that we took in Changi Airport, and the signature that we got from the customer. So that can automatically go off to the customer if we want, or we can keep it and send it at our leisure. But that pretty much now signifies that that's the end of the job. So the next thing we want to do, or the final thing we really want to do, is take that payment into the system. And once we've done that, that will automatically close the job off, and that job is now complete. And that's the end of this video.